Hello guys, I'll be explaining my model, my main model. This video will not be um extremely long because it doesn't need to be, right? Will not be making this video too long. Okay, let's start. What is the model? The model is a unicorn model, right? What does the unicorn model include? A breaker and a fair value gap. You all know what a fair value gap is. It's a three candle pattern where the middle candle and the candles in between don't the wicks don't touch each other. Let me just make it clear, right? This, this, and this. A three candle, right? The wicks of this candle and this candle, actually, they don't touch each other, right? Leave this gap. Now this gap is your fair value gap. Simple, right? Okay. I'll be showing more examples so you'll see them. No problem. I think I have around 10 to 15 examples prepared for today. It'll be random. I'll just do 10 to 15 examples, right? So, what is the breaker? A breaker is this. For a bullish example, it's this, right? And for a bearish example, it's this. Okay? It's a low, then a high, a low, and then a high. So swing low, then a swing high, followed by a swing low, and then a high. Same here. Let me show you these crude examples. Might not be the best. You have this bullish example, right? Bullish. You have the swing low, swing high. You have this low below this. This is also called a stop hunt. Okay. Then we have this high, right? Now, a closure above this is also considered a high. We do not have to wait for a swing point to form. Okay. And same here. We have the swing high, swing high, swing low, swing high with the stop hunt. Liquidity sweep, some people call it. You can call it anything you want. Then you have the closure below this, body closure, breaker, confirmed, right? Now what's going to be the breaker? A breaker is candles in here. Which candles? If it's bullish, it has to be green candles. If it's bearish, then it has to be down close candles. You might not say green, bullish candles. That's a better word, right? How to pick those candles will be explained later. For a crude example, I picked the whole leg, right? Okay, let's move on to real examples because this might not help a lot of people because some people like pictures more than words. Some people can do both. Yeah, let's go to some examples of this week. Let's find an easier one first, so it'll be learned faster. Okay, yep, here it is. Okay, so what do we see here? Before the example, actually it's fine. So what do we see here? First we need to learn about what the model is, and after that we can learn on the modifications and what I have learned from Ash, right? We have clear swing low here, swing low. Then we have this swing high, right? Then we have this lower low, which is also a stop hunt low, swing low, right? Clean low. And this leg is going to be the leg we find a breaker in, right? But which candle or what candles are the breaker? You find the highest up close candle because it's a bullish breaker. So you find the highest up close candle, bullish candle. These two are equal highs, so you can consider any of these. This candle and this candle. I'll take this because it's the newest one. Extend that out in time. As soon as we close above that, that is your valid bullish breaker, right? That is your breaker. Now, how would you trade this? As soon as it closes above, limit order on the breaker's high, like this, and you can enter off there. Stop loss placement will be talked about more later, but on a general point of view, the model states swing lows, but there's a modification on that which will be talked about later. Then we take a 2R target always, doesn't matter how big it is, how small it is, 2R. Nothing more than that, nothing less than that, especially for beginners, right? Okay, that's an example. I hope it clears some stuff up. But I will show you three more examples before adding modifications on it because just to clear it up if you don't know what a breaker is and everything, because some people don't, some do. But yeah, you can skip through the part then. I'll I'll make sure to add a timestamp. Uh, hmm. Yep, this is a breaker. Okay. So what do we see here? We see a swing high. Right. We see a swing low. Right. But why would I not consider this the breaker that I want to trade? There's another concept called parent swing swing points. Swing point, right? I've picked the wrong example, but I will not talk about the parent swings as of right now. We'll talk about them later in the modifications. This is a stop hunt, right? Swing low, swing high. Okay, we close below the swing low, bearish candle, two candles, so we take two, right? That's your breaker right there. Enter off limit order, stop loss here. Take profit at 2R. Easy, right? Simple as that. Okay, one more example, but before that, I think I should start adding some confluences. So first confluence, time, right? Time. Now, how do we use time in this? Now we have sessions, right? As we all know, we have trading sessions. Okay, first session is Asia. That's why I do not recommend that you end any of your trade, right? So we'll leave that alone, but I will still put the time up for it. Well, it's all in Eastern Standard Time, New York Standard Time. So you can click here, click this to get the same times as me. Right? Two hearts. Make it so. Right. It's this. Asia. London. It's this. This is the time that I mostly trade. It starts from this 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the morning, ends at 6 a.m. or a minute before that. Well, I'll just write 6 a.m. Messing up. Okay. Then we have the New York AM session, which is also considered the Wall Street futures open, right? Starts at 9:30, and then I personally only take it up to 11. Okay, that's a modification. So that's the first modification. You guys can write it down or pin it right there. What time should you focus on the most? This London session. It will give you the most trades. Okay. So let's continue with the last breaker of without having any confluences. Okay, this is a breaker. How is that a breaker? I'll point it out first. Swing point, stop hunt, low, right? Then we have a swing high. That's a protected swing. Then we close you below this. That's your breaker. Entry right there. Right there. Stop close there. Just target your easy, right? Simple as that. Okay. This is an example that I actually enjoyed when I traded this. We swept this key liquidity level, which I will talk about now actually. Okay, so there will be higher time frame liquidity levels, right? on the hourly time frame, you want to have confluences supporting your lower time frame trade ideas, right? What can those confluences be? Can be swing points and higher time frame FVGs. Let me explain this to you. So higher time frame FVGs are just lower time frame swing points, right? Lower time frame swing points. Okay. So in short, it's just swing point to swing point to swing point to swing point, right? Okay. I should leave that one. Right. So what do we see here? We have a clean swing high, right? Now what does swing highs do? It attract price towards them, take out the resting buy stops, and then it pushes price in the opposite direction. Okay, remember that? It attracts price and then it pushes the price in the opposite direction. Okay, currently it's attracting price, but is it in our session time frames? No, so we can't look for a trade even if it is there. We have to wait for it. Also, another modification that I have in my London session is my session into. Okay, so someone who's not watching the video right now will not know about the modification here, and I will be hiding the modifications in the video. That's because I want more viewership, to be honest with you. So we swept out this high. Now what will it act as? It will act as a resistance level, right? It should push the price back down. We also have this big new week opening up and a lot of swing points. What does swing points do? Swing points attract price. Okay. Inverse this pre-valley gap or a swing point, lower time frame swing points, take them out and run them. Okay. Displacement is we get huge displacement, right? Stop punt, swing low, right? And move this swing high. So we want to see closure below this. Okay, closure below that. Place limit. Stop loss is going to be at swing high. Currently, which I will show you a modification of. If you have bodies like this, you can just put them above the bodies. If it comes there, it's going to go there as well. So that's the first modification for the stop loss. Take 2R. You always wait for a retracement. You don't just enter here. If you entered here, you could be in a very heavy throwdown. Simple as that. Okay, and so easy, bro. Okay, now let's add some modifications. So, firstly, if you see huge displacement above a breaker, we have a high, low, a high. Well, this is not really a breaker, is it? Not really a breaker, but if you see displacement like this above a breaker, okay, large candles, and they've displaced and they have already hit your 2R target, then you do not engage with that anymore, even if it later works out. You do not want to risk engagement on that, right? Now, what type of displacement are you okay with? We have this swim point, right? Then we have this leg down, which we're just now we gotta find the swing point. This is a swing point, right? So we have to look for the breaker in this leg. Now we have to look for the lowest downward candle. This candle has the lowest low, so this candle is a breaker. That to extend out in time. Like that, and 2R. Now on what type of displacement are you okay with, right? Modification. Okay. Right, now on the question again. So you see, we displaced lower, but we didn't create a candle as large in points as these. They were not consecutive because we formed this up close candle, and we also formed a bullish imbalance. And you'll say we also formed bullish imbalances there, but you see we have ran 2R already there. We have not ran 2R here, so we can still have a limit on it. And as you see, that plays out beautifully. I have an example on that. You can go to my Discord and you see all the examples of trades I've taken this week, last week, week before. I'll post them. I have posted this and a couple more. Now, another modification, you don't see it here, but I'll just add it. So when you see a breaker, right? You see a breaker, for example, here. See, for example, here, right? Let's assume that this candle, in fact, did not close above it. It closed right here, right below it. Okay, let's just remove that candle, right? It closed right below it. Let's just say that close right this body closure. If the next candle opens up outside the breaker, so if the candles open is outside the breaker, we can consider that as the same as this. We can, so an open outside the breaker is the same as a close outside the breaker. So what does that mean? That means an open outside the breaker also validates the breaker as much as close outside the breaker does. Okay, so let's continue with the example. We have swing point, stop point, swing high, our swing point protected swing point that we can put a stop loss on, closure above this, or you can have an open or outside. This will also confirm your breaker and your thesis. Stop loss modification right here. Take profit at 2R. Okay. It came right back down, but you have to set and forget. You have to do that, and you also have to set and forget, and you have to sit here, log out of your broker, sit here and watch price go. Do not press buy or sell. Do not. 2R achieved. Sorry if I'm always. Also, the mic is probably making it worse. Okay. Now we will go over 10 examples. 10, right? We will go over the month of July till we hit 10. I will not be skipping anything. No reason to skip anything. Yeah. This is the first of July. This week was spectacular. Okay. First trade example, potential one. What do you see? We see a stop and what we also see is right. Let's just show you that. Right. We have a stop and and we have a swing point. Okay. And we want to see candle closure outside of. First of all, this is a London session, right? You can't. Let's go back. London session, right? We closed above it, so the breaker should be validated, right? But if you look at it, it's already hit 1.6R, and it's already taken out a bunch of liquidity, and it's inside a bearish prevailing up, hourly prevailing up, right? We do not want to long into bearish prevailing ups. Longing into bearish prevailing up is like buying the high, bro. So do not long into a bullish prevailing up. Okay. Once it's tapped into a bullish prevailing up, I must say. So this would be an invalid trade. You cannot take this. And as you can see, the invalidation saved us, right? Let's remove this. Go back to the first July. Okay. Okay. So now we go to this. What would the breaker be here? So we have to use a concept called parent swings. What do I mean by that? So if we have multiple swing lows, right? So we have a swing low, then we swing high, then we have another swing low, another swing high. Then we finally take both of those out, and then we close above, right? What do we use in this case as our breaker or as a swing low? We use the one that was the lowest. Use the lowest one. It can be like this as well. Doesn't matter. You have to still use this leg as the breaker. Okay? It can be like this as well. Same. Use this leg to find the breaker. Okay? Hope that's clear enough because there will be so many more examples of all this that I think it will make it even more clear based on right now. So we will use this leg for the breaker. Series of consecutive up close candles. Use all of them. Extend them out in time. This is your breaker. As soon as it closes both, limit, stop loss. Where's the stop loss going to be? Modified stop loss in this case. Put it here. No reason to extend it by a little bit, and it gives you 20 more points while you can make your risk to reward better and exit the trade early by putting at the bodies. Okay, 2R was achieved like that. Okay, let's make a counter of the wins and the losses. So we will have losses even though this model is 70 to 75% win rate. I have achieved higher, but that is with missing out on a lot of trades. Also, you skip all this. All this after 11 a.m. will be skipped. You will not open your charts again. This should not be looked at by you, even if it presents a clean unicorn and you do not take it. You can paper it, but I recommend just not looking at it. Right here. What do we see? This is not a breakup because it's equal lows. Equal lows cannot be considered as a stop point, right? So no stop point, no breaker. We have this stop point here, stop point, and then within that stop point to the swing low, we have this singular bearish candle. That's going to be a breaker, right? This is a protected swing point where we can put a stop loss, but I will not. We enter when the candle closes below, we place the limit. Limit gets filled there. Stop loss goes to the bodies and 2R. Also, if it's like this, you can put it at the swing point because there's only 3 points and it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, if you get so this is my formula, right? If I have 15 or more points from the body to the wick, I put it at the bodies. If it's more than 30 points, I put it at the wick. Okay. In this case, I can put it at the wick or the body. It does not matter. Actually, the wick would probably be more safe. Okay. Also, look, I'm only executing or showing you price within these times. Why? Because I do the same. Outside these times is a no-go. Even if you see clean breakers, it's a no-go. Also, this is an example of what I was saying, that a candle opened outside the breaker. Look, we didn't close outside it, but we opened outside it, so the breaker is now valid. If it comes back in place limit, well, obviously this is outside the time limit, so we cannot execute on this. I'll probably not even seen this. This example, right? Oh, let me just add the wins and the losses. We have 2 wins. This time we have this swing low, and we sweep this, and then you close above it, right? So that should technically be a breaker, and yeah, you're correct. That is a breaker. Wrong candle, right? You can't enter off this, and target for 2R. Stops here. Target for 2R. But as you see, it's a stalemate, and it does not provide the result. You close your trades at 4 automatically if it hasn't hit either stop loss or take profit. See, I'm gonna be saying stuff in the middle of the videos um, like this because I don't wanna give everything to someone who doesn't wanna watch the full video. Right. Okay, 1 second, let me fix my mic. Okay, hope you see where I'm going with that. The video is getting very long, but I guess that's fine. We do not include that as a win or as a loss. If it's a loss, if it's a red, you can include it as a loss, but I will not include it as a win, even though it is slightly in profit, because that would be unfair to some people. In this example, as you can see, we have this high, and in that leg down, we have this low. Sorry, this low, because this is the lowest low before a new swing high above this. So we will have to use this. We close below with displacement. We hit 2R before coming back and retesting our breakup or our entry. So we have to remove our limit orders. So this will be ours. I'll just put it here. See what I'm saying? 19.27 points. You can put it at the swing high, no problem. If it came that close, right, and it reversed this strong, you cannot assume. Right, look, it came within a couple of points of your actual take profit and then it reversed. You have to remove your limit. Also, it's outside your time limit. So as soon as 4 hits and you still haven't entered the trade, all the limits that you've placed will be removed. No trade was present here this day. This month overall was pretty good. We have this swing high that was swept. Then we have this swing low that was formed in this leg down. Then we have this protected swing point. Now we want to see a closure below this or open below it. In this case, we see a closure below it. So next candle, we can place limit and we get entered here. Stop loss can be here, here, here. I'll put it here. And we will hit 2R. And for this, it was bank holiday. Whenever it's bank holiday, I do not trade after 4 a.m. even in the New York session. Complete day. Okay. I think this day, yeah, Friday. Okay. That was a bank holiday as well. 3rd of July. So on bank holidays, you will see that London session usually presents a trade, but AM session doesn't. Okay. Now what you see here, we have a stop hunt, but that stop hunt gets overridden because we form a new lower low below this low. So we have this as a new stop hunt. Then we have this swing high. Okay. Then we have this protected swing low as a stop loss level, or you can use the buddies because you see 1 point difference. Now you're gonna wait for a closure outside. It hasn't displaced too much, moderate displacement, right? Enter right side. Stop loss here. Target your 2R. And that's your 2R hit. It's the 7th. So 3 wins. You're up 6R. Okay. Risking around 500 per trade. That's what I risk. So 2R is 1,000. So yeah. So we have the swing point, parent swing point, where you can roll these small ones. We have this swing low, and we have this stop loss level, swing point protected. We have our entry after this, and we have stop loss right there. And the bodies, no reason to put it above there. And we have our take profit hits. Amazing, isn't it? We can roll this, even though there were probably there was no setups, right? Measure the time, which will be stop trading. Okay, 4. Do we see any setup form? We have a swing high, low, high, high, nothing, low, high, nothing, nothing, nothing. So as soon as it hits 4 without a setup, we get off. This trade was unfortunately a loss, and I will show you why it is, but it could be avoided, which I did avoid. So mechanically it's a loss, but subjectively it's not a loss. Why do I say that? This is also an enhancement to the original model. If you see that a significant swing high was taken out in the displacement that occurred while forming a breaker. Now that setup is invalid. And I think we did form an SNT here as well, so that also makes the setup invalid. That's why I will not be adding it into the losses counter. We have this swing low, then you have this swing high, right? If I miss any trade, I'm sorry, but I don't think I will. I've practiced this a little bit too many times now. Okay, I'll literally backtest this every day, all 3 months. If we have another win. In this case, see, we have liquidity levels downside. We've taken liquidity out, so looks like we're gonna go down. But what happens? You have the swing point, so the stop point. Then you have the swing low. But what happens is we significantly displace down, and we hit 11 before our entry. So this is an invalid trade. What happens here? So as you can see, we have swing high, swing low. But what happens here? See this swing low, and this is a swing stop point. We displace below, we place our limits, we get filled. But in this case, we do not take profit. Okay, but this could have been avoided easily. But you still would have incurred potential loss. I will not go over that, but I will show you how it could have been avoided. You see the stop point, close above that, and then we could place our entry right there, stop loss at the stop point, and take profit. You could also place a stop point or stop loss at a stop point if it's reasonable above the bodies. Okay, that could have been a win, but I will still add the other one to our losses counter because I definitely did take that. Okay, right. So in this case, very clean. Stop point, stop point, swing point. Okay, stop loss level. Enter right there. Now, due to this being the New York session, I will place my stop loss here because it can be quite volatile. I will target this clean drawn liquidity instead of a full 2R. I will be getting an extra 0.9R. Who would say no to that? Commissions paid for, right? Or you could have held partials up to these highs, Asia highs. So we'll have that as a win. 5. I will be doing half. The video is getting too long, so I will be ending this on 15th. 15th of July, right? Now we have this stop point. We have this swing low, right? Unfortunately, the trade was not triggered as we did not come and hit this limit order level. So no trade this day. Simple as that. Oh, sorry, no trade here. Not this day. No trade here. What happens later? Okay, clean. Okay, so we have this as a stop point. Then we have this swing low. How is this a swing low? Because the candle after that is a swing low. We can consider the leg down and find this down close candle between this leg down, and that's the breakup. So that's the breakup, right? As soon as we get a candle closure below it, we got it. Enter here, stop loss here. No reason to put it here, right? Target 2R. That's your trade. Okay. Next one. So this was actually unfortunate. I did take this, and we hit stop to this. We have the stop point, swing point, this leg down, right? So I placed my limit here for this candle, because usually a setup like this, it comes up to the breaker, and then full TP. It came up, it's a breaker, it's a stop loss, and then it's OTP. Unfortunate, that is a part of the process. This day was a surprisingly hard day. You have the stop hunt, but we do not have a swing high, so we cannot consider this as a breaker. So next day we have, oh sorry, next hour you have another stop hunt. We have this candle closure, right? We didn't get a closure, but we got to open outside. That's the same confirmation as a closure outside, so we take the trade. What was hard about this was that, first of all, right, it came down so fast that I was not able to place a limit order, and it placed like entry around here, actually around here, because it came into drawdown for a little bit. It was hard to hold there, so that's why I just closed it. Oh, sorry, I closed the charts. Trade played out, but I closed the charts. Very clean example here. Have this pretty taken out, right? Parent low, parent high. Then you have this stop loss level. Place a take entry there, stop loss there. Target 2R, which was hit quickly. And also, if you can see, if you have seen in these some of these examples, I have not looked at the fair value gap. A fair value gap is just a confluence. The breaker is the main thing that you're looking for. Do not wait for a fair value gap. I'm sure some of you who are not gonna watch the full video are gonna write comments. Oh, you didn't wait for the fair value gaps, or write why personally to me. Also, guys, join the Discord, right? Same here. Look, you have swing high, swing low. As soon as it closes below, I do not wait for the fair value gap. If you wait for the fair value gap, you're gonna miss literally all the trades. Right? You're not gonna be profitable with that. You can be, but okay. Let's rephrase that. You're gonna be profitable, but you're not gonna get as much trade. That this is the last day. So what do we see here? We see a parent swing point swept. Then we have this swing low, right? Then we want to see a closure below this. Zero closure below. Stop loss is going to be at the body. Take profit 2R. Now you could have put the stop loss at the highest body. That is reasonable. And I see how you could do that. Let's say one more day, as I did take this trade. Stop loss. Oh, sorry, stop hunt. And then we have the equal lows, so we can consider this as a one leg. So we have this as the break, as the highest up close candle. So we take this as a breaker. Entry right there, stop loss here. This 2R, take profit. Yeah. Notice it's before 4, so you can engage in this. This day, but then we have this very clean. I alerted this. Not in the group was not there yet, but I alerted this to some people. We have this symbol. Okay, then we have this entry before 11 a.m. Look at that. Right before 11, we got entry, and then we got take profit. I put it at the swing high because of the increased volatility that would be coming in. Okay. So that was the trade examples, and I do see a very clean one here, so I will show you that one as well. We have this swing low that was swept. Alright, we have this swing high. So we're gonna take our entry right there at the right time. Do not enter here. Do not at the right time. Wait for that always. You'll see that in your backtesting as well. Always come back for it. Stop loss at the stop hunt instead of the bodies, so that is more safe and still less points than the full stop loss. So take profit there. So that was the examples. If you have any questions, you can join my Discord. I will show you the Discord right now. So join the Discord. It's supportive. Wait for this to open. Okay, this is Discord. So we have a general chart weekly review that I post on YouTube, my executions. my executions and all that, right? Bias, sometimes I put the bias. Educations, also I have profiles there, which I will not show all of, because this is content that should only be shown here. I will make a video on this, explaining it in detail. We have other people who show their bias. Okay, so my next video will be on expansion profiles, consolidation profiles, and reversal profiles, and how to trade them and include them with your unicorn models to make you more, not more profitable, but to make your confidence higher. Just for the confidence, I don't really use it anymore because confidence I don't need it anymore, right? Let me show you the actually it's fine. Okay, now your homework. This is your homework. If you're watching this video right now, you have to do this homework, right? Go back to your chart. 6 months, right? Back test it with like this. 6 months back test, right? Do the 6 month back test, and all the trades that you see that did not work or failed, post it in the back testing review channel. Post them here, and I will correct you on them, or I will say that yes, they're a good loss, right? Do that. That's your homework. And for the Discord server, I will be posting the link, invite link, okay, in the description of the video, or you can DM me. Yeah, you can DM me, and I will be putting my username in the description as well as here, okay, and I will send you the link. So have a good day and have a good back test session, 6 months. So yeah.